Hello everybody, hope that you're doing very well and welcome to this live stream that we have for you during the insane Bitcoin dump. What we were predicting, we were ready and waiting for this one. We were ready and waiting for this one as we are still continuing this move to the downside. In today's video, I will be going over where I actually expect this to bottom out now. I am under the perspective that we are still going to be heading downwards. So I'm still in my short position. I'm going to be going over where we could potentially see this bottom out and how I'm approaching this. Obviously, this is off the back of this morning's video where I was telling you all, basically, if we got that video to 1,100 likes, I was going to go live for you today, and you all absolutely smashed it. How many video likes did this get in the end? Let's just double check. And welcome. Yeah, we got on that video 1,700 likes. So I was like, wow, as soon as I get home, I need to go live for everybody. So here we are, live in the moment. We'll be going over the Bitcoin chart. We'll be going over this move that we're currently seeing, where we could potentially see this bounce occur to before we likely head more down. So I hope that you're all doing very well. What have we got in here at the moment? So yeah, thank you for that support earlier. That's why I'm here for you again. Yes, it's greatly appreciated. Currently, we have 1,000 people in here. I suppose what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of speaking and we'll start the analysis when we hit 500 likes. Let's say half the amount of people in here. We'll start the analysis, 500 likes. That shows me that you're all ready and waiting. We'll just give people a little bit of time to trickle in as we're live in a pretty random point in the day, I suppose. Yeah, I appreciate all that support. I suppose while we are waiting for that, I will go over what's been happening today. I do obviously a lot of my posts now over on Instagram. Oh, you saw me doing a little bit of singing earlier, actually. Oh yeah, but this is my dog, by the way. This is Doge. If you've never met her. But yeah, this is it's been a nice few days of trading, I suppose. We're currently up 5 Bitcoin profit. That's about $150,000 from that short position. I wanted 2 Bitcoin, ended kept on going and going and going and going. It was pretty nice. I got out of my pajamas yesterday. Oh yeah, of course, that's one thing that I'll mention as we're warming up here to start the stream, that when we hit 50,000 subscribers, we're obviously going to be doing a special 8 to 12 hour live stream for you all. And that will obviously include charity donations and everything like that. So it'll be a good one. We're reaching that target very quickly. As we've been making our way down heavily today. Obviously interested in this buy. Not quite yet for me, but very interested in this. Enough fear to buy yet? Question mark, question mark. So this is the short then. This is one that I'm currently in. That's about $150,000 profit. But yeah, here we go then. So trying to see what's happening. And I'll do one more little clip for you. And this is for if you're interested over at chartchampions.com. This was for the contenders and the champions. I done a special members live. This is actually my second live stream. It's my third video of the day. I done a video in the morning for the public. I then done a members live stream, and now I'm doing another public live stream. That's pretty crazy if you think about it. Probably think that we're going to go a little bit lower here, but I mean, you just don't have, you have the bearish divergences on the drop, on the rise. You actually don't have bullish divergences on the fallback down. You don't have the massive volume. I mean, it's not looking amazing. To be honest, in my opinion, it's not really looking that like bullish at the moment. It's looking a little bit more bearish, let's just say. I think it's a little bit more bearish. For me to get a little bit, for me to change that perspective, so basically what I was saying in my members update earlier today is we're obviously getting a bit of a bounce. But overall, it still looked really bad, basically. Still looked pretty bad. And obviously from there, we did continue down. We continued down again. So yeah, let's see now if it's changed then. Should we see if it's changed? Should we see if there are many bullish signs on this chart? Let's see. Is everybody ready? I believe they are. Yeah, 500 likes. That means we can begin this live stream. Everybody is ready and waiting. So here we go. First of all, I suppose, my perspective on this is a little bit, I'm going to view this a little bit more of a, I suppose, a swing trader's perspective, first of all. I mean, I think we all have to remember the region where we were bouncing off of is that $38,000 region. It was a really big resistance level. Really, from, in my opinion, from 38 to 39,000. That $1,000 box here was like a massive resistance level. And if you know from the Champions live stream that I done on Sunday, you'd have known that I was very much aware of that very big resistance as I was going basically for the shorts. We have obviously made our way down from here, a little bit of a rally, you know, going on yesterday before another continuation to the downside. So as we like to do, we like to take our measured move targets, and a simple measured move target off of the last impulse is going to give us, I would say, quite a bearish looking target, or in terms of downside. You can see, oh wow, we've actually just hit that that 1-to-1. I was thinking this would be a little bit more down, but it's actually coming in at right on the 1-to-1. Well, to be fair, you've actually, well, look at that then. There you go. You've actually hit that 1-to-1 there. So the 1-to-1 you've actually been hit. Let's see where the 1.618 is though. That's coming in at 28,000. So basically on these 1-to-1s, what you kind of look for is the bounce. And this is what I'm under perspective. You can get a bounce, but I'm still thinking that this is going to be a bounce too short ultimately, because basically what we've got here is an impulse, a correction, and this looks like another impulse in my opinion. So if you look at this as an Elliott wave type move, I'd say this is A, this is B, and this is actually the 1, 2, 3. We're going to put in a 4 for down for the 5th, and that's actually going to give us like a type of A, B, C type move. Obviously we're bouncing off the 1-to-1 at the moment, but I would say it kind of looks like a wave 4, as if, and this is wave 1, this is a wave 2, this is a wave 3. We're putting in the 4th, and to still come down for this 5th wave for the C, I would say. And that's going to be looking towards obviously your about $29,000. 1618 there is coming in at $28,000. So you've got that bit of support region, but yeah, actually I missed that. You are literally bouncing off that 1-to-1. So there you go. We saw that together. Yeah, that's why you're getting the bounce. Then there's no doubt in my mind that that's why you're getting the bounce. I'm actually not. I guess I didn't get to my last update, did I, on this? But I was walking around. I had a lot of things to do today. I was doing a lot of things today. So I was absolutely freezing cold. I would say I'll do that live stream for you today. But I've really not had much time to sculpt this. Literally just got back and I was like, all right then, let's jump on the live stream for everybody, help him out. So yeah, my initial thoughts really are, yeah, but that I'm still looking for more downside. I just don't see the strength at the moment to be like, you know, I just don't see the need to close my shorts really. I suppose like the thing that I've been like really mentioning recently, the thing that you have to be like really aware of is really simple actually. It's like the fact that this is making all lower highs. This is all lower highs. This is lower highs, this is lower highs, and this is lower highs. So we're still continuing on this downwards trajectory. There's no actual real proper nice bounce at the moment. Every bounce, lower high, bounce lower high, bounce lower high, bounce lower high, bounce lower high. You know, the same thing is just repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. So you know, this bounce was a lower high. So it's like, you know, this is lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. You know, this bounce can come up to here even, and it's still lower high, lower high, lower high. It doesn't need to change this. It needs to change this. And until that happens, it's a lower high. So, you know, that my thought process is, you know, I really don't actually care about longing the exact low. Okay, so I'm really not bothered about longing the exact low. Honestly, I don't actually care about longing the exact low. I'm not in the business of knife catching. I'm in the business of making money. That's absolutely what we're doing right now. I'll show you the position that I'm still in. It's going to obviously be slightly decreased profits right now, but hey, there you go. We're currently sat in $140,000 profits. So I have no desire to close this at the moment. Basically, I have no desire to close it actually. I kind of have a desire, but I have the desire when there's actually a proper bounce. Like, I just don't actually see the need. Like, what you have to think, you know, I'm not trading with $5 where it makes no difference if I long the bottom or not. Like, what I'm trading with is a substantial amount of money, and I actually would prefer to sacrifice a little bit of profits to get in on a larger confirmation that the bounce is actually occurring. So for me, that's really, really, really important. Like, I honestly do not care less if I don't long the bottom. It makes no difference to me, as it shouldn't make a difference to you. Like, if you're watching this, you should not really be like, oh, I need to long the exact to the dollar low. Like, I need to long this. I need to long this. Because guess what? You could have been doing that all the time. Oh, I need to long. 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 And, you know, some people will have longed here and they're still in their underwater long right now because they're like, oh, it's got to bounce. It's got to bounce. This is exactly what I was saying in yesterday's live stream for the contenders. But people are going to be like long in here. They're like, oh, here's the bounce. 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 And they're nearly reaching their liquidation levels and getting absolutely wrecked. You know, it's fine to long some of these bounces, but what you need to do is have a stop loss. You know, literally, you just need to put in a stop loss. Let's say you longed here. Well, you could have got out here at a stop loss. Say you longed this bounce. So you could have got out here at a stop loss. Like if you're longing here and you're holding this underwater this whole journey, you're just getting absolutely wrecked. Absolutely, let's be honest, totally wrecked. Like this is why you need to have a stop loss. This is why you need to trade with the trend, which is down. And instead of being underwater massively, you can actually be making really good profits by playing the shorts, you know. So my analysis is kind of like, my analysis is really simple, and that is actually let's just wait for a proper bounce, you know. That's so simple, but I do think a lot of people actually fail on it. Like, let's just have a bit of patience, you know. Let's just have a little bit of patience, just take it easy, just chill out and be like, well, I suppose if you're in an underwater long, it might be a little bit harder, but I'm in a really profitable short position. I'm just like, this is really good. If this wants to go down more, I'm absolutely fine with that. You know, that's absolutely fine. If a bounce starts happening, that's absolutely fine by me. I can close my long, I can close my short position. And let's say even if I get out on a bounce and I close with only $100,000 in a day, well, there we go. I'll get out with only 100 grand. But as it stands, I have no desire to close that short. I'll let it go down as low as it wants. Or if a bounce starts happening, I'll close it with slightly less profits, but I'll actually have closed when I've seen a bit of strength. Again, I want to repeat, I honestly could not care less about longing the bottom. It makes no difference to my life. I want to actually wait. Instead of being like, oh my God, I longed the exact bottom. What I want to be like is, oh my God, I actually made a lot of money today. That's what I want to care. You know, that's what I care about. I care about making money. And if you want to be if you're in trading for the long-term consistency, you don't need to long the exact bottom. Like you literally don't need to. And I'm talking for a swing trade. I'm not talking about a scalp. Of course, there's scalps to be had here. There's, you know, I've been scalping over the past few days longs. You know, I've been scalping long shorts. But I'm talking about a swing trade. Like you don't need to long the exact bottom. Why do you need to long the exact bottom? The answer is you don't. And actually, if you've been trying to long the exact bottom from a swing trade, well, you're actually completely wrecked. And I'm being a little bit mean to be nice overall. You got to hear this. You got to hear this. That you know, you got to go through that pain, I suppose, to actually start to think, okay, yeah, this guy is actually right. You know, I suppose I feel sorry for the people that are massively underwater. I do. But hopefully you've learned something from the experience, and you're not just holding on to something for dear life, hoping for the bounce, which at the moment isn't there, is it? It's not there at the moment. That is what I want to be talking about. Yeah, that's basically my first initial thoughts on this. I don't see any reason why we can't go lower. Obviously, we could get this bounce off the 1-to-1 extension, to be fair. To be fair, but until we get a real market structure change, I don't feel the need to long. I'm very let me explain this. I'm very interested in a long. I am interested like in closing my short fully and going into a long. I'm very interested in it, but I just don't actually see the need to do it when there's zero confirmation. You know, I just don't feel that desire. Or I just don't have that need in myself to do that. So that's kind of my thought process at the moment. We have got a few other people in the chat with us, so what I'll do is say hello to those, and then we can continue with our discussions on the Bitcoin chart. We'll see if we start to get a bounce underway. At the moment, obviously, it's really looking fairly weak. But yeah, I think in here we have with us today, we have we have Brandon, Maurice, Luke, and Younes. Hello, everybody. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Doing great. Good.
You liking these downwards moves?
No way, man. I'm a Bitcoin bull. I watch all the YouTubers out there. We're going to 100K.
Yeah, we're going to 100K, everybody. I mean, everybody that shorts Bitcoin is probably really crazy and don't know what they're doing. Let's be honest, because why would you short Bitcoin in a bull market?
I mean,
exactly.
yeah,
Why would you
true.
make 140K in a bull market shorting?
Doesn't make sense,
no
does it?
sense.
Shouldn't short Bitcoin, everybody. That's like the biggest tip. If you're in a bull market, don't short Bitcoin. You know, you're just going to lose money.
Even though Daniel just showed you all that, oh man, good lord, all that money.
Yeah, what we should obviously be doing is saying, everybody, let's get out our RSI indicators and MACD. Let's just wait for the bullish divergences, and then let's just turn into just continue to hold our underwater long positions and just wait for the MACD crossover, and everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, when we finally get that bullish MACD, and we're another 30% up from where we are now. There you go. Great.
Yeah, that crossover, guys. Gotta be careful of that.
Are we just is this the time that we're just gonna be like chilling and talking, or do you want us to go over like technical analysis stuff, ideas?
I suppose, are any of you in a scope long at the moment?
I am.
No. I'm waiting to get above around 3,200 to 32,200 before I take any longs.
Are you in one, Luke? Are you?
Yeah, I took a short one, a small one. It was mainly just seeing the lack of acceleration that we're having on the move down, and it's done. It kind of about an hour ago, it tried to push below the 3,100 low that we just had, made a high, just scalping high there, and then it just came down again, and I got one at 31,420, but it's just a scalp for now. It was just looking at the low we had earlier today, the initial bounce that failed to make the higher high. Just a small scalp.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the thing. Like down here is obviously this is obviously your time to look for longs. Like let's be totally honest. I want to make this thing clear. Like I would not be shorting down here. Like people that are shorting down here are shorting out of complete fear. So this is obviously, you look for shorts up at the highs. When you're down 11% in a day, obviously you're massively too late to the trade. So in terms of a short, like this is not the time to short, even though we could fall another $1,000, $2,000 potentially. Like, in my opinion, again, this is not referring to scalp trading. Like scalps, you can be in and out in a minute, but referring to like day trading, if you're trying to hold a trade for 4 hours, then like this is obviously like way too late to try and be shorting. And unfortunately, you've kind of just missed the move. If you're trying to short like now, this is way too late to short. Like I would not short here. So yeah, looking for scalp longs down here, it's pretty decent, to be fair. You might get some bounces. You see this level at the moment. For me, the reason why I don't fancy it so much, the bounce that we're actually going to bottom here, is I don't really like the premium that we're still seeing. Although the premium has been reducing, but you can still see there's a premium of about $100 from spot to Binance futures. You're seeing nearly $100, $70, $80 premium. That's too big in my opinion. And then across to Bybit, you're also seeing a premium of $30, $40. That again earlier was like $70. And when I was seeing this, I was just like, yeah, this bounce is not going to actually happen while we've still got this premium.
Daniel, I just posted in the Bitcoin group. There was some divergence on the CC line, and then there was also this like little trend line that we were making on the lower term time frame. So there was a little possibility for a scalp long. I saw it a little bit too late, but on the left side you see the little divergence on the CC line, the yellow line right there.
Oh, right here, yeah.
Yeah, so there was some
right, yeah. Oh, right, and into that IB as well.
Yeah, and
yeah, that was a nice.
So there's just some possibilities for scalp shorts and scalp longs just around this area, but you just have to be really quick.
Yeah,
because these things are making like these percentage moves. Yeah, and that's the 1 minute chart. So You know, you don't really have too much time to be thinking. You have to just do your TA and take the trade.
Oh, a lot of outflow on the. I know this. I don't even know these things, but it's like crazy. I want to talk about Eunice's Elliott wave count a second because this one was so amazing. You're here, aren't you, Eunice?
Yeah.
So shout out to Eunice, everybody. We will show you this in the live stream. This would have been what, like over 1 week ago? Literally over 1 week ago.
Yeah, January 12th.
Yeah, from there you go. Yeah, from the 12th of January. So this is like the crazy, amazing Eunice count that he had on his Elliott waves, and he's like actually been trading this, and it's like so like full on respect because this is amazing Elliott waves where he was looking for this ABC literally up towards those highs. Then we were going to be coming down towards his lower liquidity region of that $29,000. And from his prediction, obviously how it's played out now is just absolutely outstanding. You can see how accurate this was. And even his predictive line here, like Bitcoin has been following it to the T. Like the way that we come up, we got that rounded top before coming back downwards. If you look at the prediction to how it's playing out, coming up, getting the rounded top around that CC, coming back down very, very, very close to his target lower box. I mean, that is amazing Elliott wave work. And you're also seeing this as forming a WXY. So he's got the ABC, the ABC, and the ABC, and here 3 ABCs to give you a WXY correction. 5 waves down in the city. Yeah, this is really nice counting. I like it. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
amazing.
to prove that you make a plan and then you
got to stick to it.
Stick to the plan.
Yeah, man.
That's like over a week ago. So just make a plan and then trade.
I'm not sure whether you were in this call or whether it was just us through Jimmy. But I remember saying like last week when we were up at like this would have been while we were at like $37,800-ish, and I remember saying at that point that I was in the short and I was like, I'd just like absolutely kick myself. Although I would have liked 38,200. I was like, I need to actually be in a short now because if price drops and I'm not in a short, I would like literally kick myself so hard because that for me was such a massive resistance. So it's like, you got to have those plans and ideas and literally just stick to them because otherwise it could be it's annoying, isn't it, if you don't trade your plans?
Yeah. It was me in the call. So.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, got to be in this short because if this drops and I'm not in a short, I'm going to be pretty mad. So yeah, you got to trade this. That's a lovely cat. So you reckon we're in some sort of probably wave 4 at the moment, or like a sub wave of the third?
Yeah, sub wave, wave 4 of the third. Yeah. And it could still change. It's not guaranteed. Of course, it's never a guaranteed with Elliott wave for sure. If we don't get a reaction at the 30K level, there are lower levels that I'm looking at. So. It's not that we have to bounce there. It's a possibility.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah, this is obviously the thing with Elliott waves. You are always. It's not going to be like, oh, I've done an Elliott wave count, so I'm going to stick to this, and I'm not going to do any adjustments because I've done one Elliott wave. Obviously, you're going to put in adjustments and things like. That's absolutely fine. So yeah, this is nice. So coming up to that confluence region, CC actually 786 in the end, ABC down. Yeah, there's a lot of confluence. I do agree between that 29-30K level. I'd love it. Absolutely love it. But,
it's like you said in the last leg that you were counting an ABC. That's also a possibility. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. We might have this flat here because if you look at this in terms of this is our A leg, and then this is like
exactly.
Some sort of corrective move here, but then if this is like our impulse, and then it's like you could have this running flat here almost, so we still come down for this C, because this does look like a little bit of a running flat almost, doesn't it? Here with like our move, get that lower high, and you get that running flat. Then, so I think I would still think that we can get this. Oops, didn't try and do that. I think we can get this bounce of another 3%. To be fair, put in some sort of running flat. That would be really nice for another leg to the downside. I would like that.
Yeah, it's all possibilities.
We have no divergences at the moment, so that's something that I'm always just aware of, looking at these divergences. Oh yeah, because obviously earlier that's what we were looking at in the members stream. Like we come up on the bounce and we had bearish divergences, so it's like, wow, we're forming bearish divergences on the bounces. Like this obviously not very bullish. Just to come down again. But we got no bullish divergences at the moment. So this is Oh, and you had bearish divergences on this, right? Yeah, this is what Neo was showing out. Yeah. So every bounce at the moment is getting bearish divergences.
One of the things that I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's what I was just going to say. Like, it's crazy that we're still forming bearish divergences on each bounce.
One of the things that I've noticed is that when you're starting to form those divergences, and then you're starting to form like a trend line on the bottom or the top, that's when you start to see like Bitcoin is going into more of like a triangle pattern. Because right now, if you pulled, you could actually have a trend line from the low that we just put in right there at the very low, and then you just start pulling it up, and you're hitting those higher low, higher low, higher low. You can see that we're forming kind of like a trend line, and then also too from the high that's right there, you're starting to form this trend line of like lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and then so when you're starting to get those like divergence after divergence after divergence after divergence, it kind of like shows you that Bitcoin's probably going to do some type of like triangle pattern.
Yeah, this actually looks like really important. So what we have is, we have this important trend line here, which has got a few bounces going underway. And then we obviously have this one, which is going rejection, rejection, rejection. So this was going to be pretty important. See if we can break this higher trend line. Again, so if we break the higher trend line, then that does signal that we could have a potential low down here for a much bigger bounce to get underway. And these are the sort of things where you could be interested in closing shorts. But obviously, this is still lower highs at the moment. So we could get this curling up price action where we're going to start, maybe we start to put in these higher lows up against these lower highs. And this is obviously then going to break at some point of a bigger break to the upside or continuation to the downside if you break those lows. So those are the two trend lines that seem pretty important at the moment, actually. Getting nice rejections off the top there, each time with bearish divergences. And then you're obviously now building up the lows. So yeah, they seem like pretty important levels, actually.
Somebody in the chat said Doge is going to the moon.
Oh, good old Doge.
Dude, we're almost at 3,000 people live, and we've only been on for 30 minutes. Jesus.
How many likes do we have?
We only have 772 likes. We got to do some type of like smash the like button type of like, what are we going to do if we can get to like, I don't know, 1,500? What are we going to do?
That'll take a long.
Yeah, we'll take along if you get to 1,500 likes. So smash the likes, smash up those likes. I want to see what will take this long.
Close our shorts and just switch into YOLO longs.
Yeah, we'll all take longs. We never said how much money we're going to put on the line, but we'll all take longs.
I'm still in that small long as well, because I think that's the thing with me is that there's a bit of an interest here, and yeah, this could bounce, and even if it just gets VWAP or back to the daily or something like that, it could bounce here. And I've more interest now because I wasn't in the short before, so I'm more interested now in just seeing if I can get a long going.
Yeah,
it's more of a swing, but again, I've got my stop profit now, so it's.
I like the opportunities here for the longs on more like I've been really interested in EOS and Ethereum still. Like I'm like obsessed with EOS at the moment of trying to get these longs. But yeah.
every time you think it's going to break, EOS is like, oh, it's going to break $3. Oh no, it's back below 2.6. Oh, it's going to break $3. Oh no, it's back below 2.6.
It's literally been the biggest fake out coin, but I'm hoping, this is the time. Fifth time lucky. I got my fingers crossed on it.
Yeah.
But,
that's how you know you're a professional trader, when you're just crossing your fingers and you're
just cross
praying.
Your fingers and hope. Just
gotta cross your fingers and pray.
pray to the Bitcoin gods that you get you pray for the MACD crossover, and we'll get that bounce underway. I'm absolutely sure.
I think the prayer should also involve asking the Bitcoin god, where is the stop loss? Where is the stop loss?
or when to buy.
Where is that stop loss? Let's see. We've almost got like 3,000. So let's say if we can get up to, let's say 2,000 likes, we can maybe start doing a little bit of question and answers while we're also doing some TA. So let us know that you guys want to do some type of question and answer portion. So we can get ourselves up to about 2,000 likes. We'll start to move on to that, or not move on to it, but we'll start answering some of the guys' questions that you guys have.
Yeah.
2,000 out of 3,000 people. I think we can do it. I think you guys all show us the love for that.
I think like, so at the moment, and it's, so I think this is the most important thing for me currently. We've got these important trend lines, the resistance trend line and a little bit of a support trend line. So this is the big thing to be watching at the moment, obviously for the break. See if we got any nice going up on the higher term time frames really. Obviously, I don't know, it's just like, you're obviously so close down to these lows, but there's no real buying interest. You didn't get any sort of real nice reaction off of just any swing failure pattern here. It ended in a nothing bounce. I mean, everybody was obviously looking at the triangle, but the target for the triangle is obviously so big, I just really can't see it playing out. Literally, that triangle target would be so low. It'd bring you all the way down to $19,000. If it plays out, it plays out, but that would be pretty surprising. If it played out perfectly, it would play fake out.
It's gonna crush some dreams.
Or if it plays to the upside, you're 50,000. See if you go 20,000 or 50,000.
Yeah, I think it would crush some dreams, but it would also make some dreams come true, because then there's going to be so many buy opportunities for people to.
You know, you have to think that. I think the thing is with Bitcoin, I do think that there's a lot of people like they would love the drop, so then they can actually buy in. Because I think it would make a lot of people happy if there was a massive crash.
I mean, that's what I've been waiting for. I would love for it to go down so I can buy in and get some cheap Bitcoin.
Well, this is like the good thing, obviously, about shorting. That if it crashed, you suddenly go from, let's say you just have one Bitcoin, and you go from one Bitcoin and you're in a short, and then price crashes and you make, let's say you make 2 Bitcoin on the crash. So then suddenly you get a crash and you have 3 Bitcoin. And then when price goes back up, like at the exact same level that we're at now, let's say we crash to 20K and then we go back up, and you go from you know, you double your amount of Bitcoin. And then when price goes up, you suddenly sat with even more Bitcoin than you had before. And it's where it's, you know, you're just like, I just don't understand the people that say don't short. For me, it just like literally makes no sense, because if you can make more Bitcoin, like, I don't know, like, I just don't understand. It's literally the same though in the stock market. I know so many people in the stock market that would be like, I'm not shorting. They would just like totally point blank, not even like contemplate a short. They're just like, no way am I shorting. Yeah, honestly, there's so many people like that in the stock market. There's so many people like that in Bitcoin as well, but people are just like, no way, like, I'm not shorting this.
I think that has to be for like religious reasons or something. like it just doesn't make any sense, because
I've even heard emotionally attached to their investments. People really really believe in it, and they're like, oh, this is definitely going up.
But no, that doesn't make sense though, because if you believe in it and you know that you can accumulate more as it goes down, then wouldn't you want to short it?
But what I think it is that people are so scared of being in a short and it pumps. That's why they don't, like, my real belief, because it's the same with XRP. Like, people were so scared. Let's just use XRP as an example, because I love the example of XRP.
Yeah, I think
people were so, I've been telling people to sell, again, no financial advice, of course, but I've been basically telling people to sell XRP for as long as I can remember. And people were like, no, I'm not selling XRP. I'm not selling XRP. I'm not selling XRP because it's going to pump. You know, why would I sell XRP here when it's going to pump another 500%? And then they're down another 90% on their investment. I'm not going to sell here because it's going to pump. You know, it's the same story that people are so emotionally attached to their investment. They're absolutely blinded. They're totally blinded by the chart. Because if you know, it's you know, because you were in the live stream last night. Have you watched the live stream from last night?
Me?
Or anybody? Anyway, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm about to watch it after this one.
Fair enough. But basically what I'm saying, what I was going over here is that let's say you buy XRP up here, and then every uptick, although you're in an underwater position, every uptick you feel like the euphoria of, oh, finally I can get out break even. And so people, let's say you buy it here, every time the price gets a candle that's up, you feel so much euphoria of, this is the time it's going to pump. 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 And so you get so blinded because you're so emotionally attached to your investment of thinking, this is the time. This time's different. And every single time it, you know, if you look at it in a perspective that's totally non-biased, an objective view, like these pumps have always been to sell. And, you know, but people are not selling because they are so emotionally invested in their investment, I suppose, that they just are blinded by the chart. People are absolutely blinded by the chart. So I think it's just an emotional attachment that people have to their investments, that they're just like, I cannot sell because if I sell, the thing's going to pump and I'm going to miss out and I'm going to absolutely hate it and I'm going to feel sick. And that's obviously, if you have that perspective, then I don't think you should be trading, like, period. Like, you shouldn't even be looking at the charts. You should just literally like go to sleep and not look at it, I suppose. But I guess like that really hurts, that every time like an XRP guy is like, oh, I'm just going to look again in 1 year, and they check 1 year later, oh god damn, I'm still down 98% on my investment. They check it a year, like, oh, down 99% now on my investment. Oh, I'm down now 98% on my investment. You know, that must hurt. Maybe in 10 years so.
It's funny.
The thing with altcoins as well is that they are, when they do move, they can be like a blink and you'll miss it move. So it has that added thing of anyone who wants to be in a long, that people are so focused on, they want to be in a position before it happens all the time. Before it happens, I want to be in a position, I want to be in a position, and it just keeps going lower, 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 lower. Because with crypto, as soon as something moves, it's gone. A lot of the time, and people are then too scared to get in because they start to think, oh no, what if it goes back down, because they've had years of it going down.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, I can't remember doing the altcoin. If we go over to the altcoin section, I mean, people obviously trading altcoins here. I guess you're selling your oh, that's really funny, actually, that I made that video a few days ago. There was like the comments of people saying, I've just sold all of my Ethereum for watching your video. Obviously, that was not what I was trying to do, but I guess people that did literally sell all their ETH, I guess I'm pretty happy, but that's obviously crazy. But obviously, people can be trading altcoins. We're not like anti-altcoins or anything like this, but it's just like,
I trade all sorts of time,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm literally in an altcoin position of EOS and Ethereum, but it's like, you know, I don't know. Like, I think it's a weird situation with people are just, they just have the wrong perspective, I think.
You could look at altcoins, most of the altcoins, as like penny stocks. You know, literally you compare them to penny stocks, because if you get in on the right one, you can have that euphoria of like 1,000% or 500% or whatever it is in just like a couple of days. And, you know, and that's, I guess, where the gambler mentality comes from. But I know that there are some people in the champions group that are, you know, altcoin enthusiasts, and they are like that, where they're just like, I'm going to keep buying. In fact, we might have somebody who's into XRP on this call. They don't want to get called out. They don't want to get called out on that.
I've been saying quiet.
but
I was like, Maurice, you better not say anything. You better not say anything, man.
It's like, out of all the altcoins, he picks your coin. But you know, I mean, it's interesting though too, because watching all these other YouTubers out there, they're just so enamored with the fundamentals. You know, this coin is supposed to, this coin is going to, this is going to do this, you know, the top 5 altcoins you could be looking at, and blah, 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 blah. It's good, you know, and it's like, I can understand where they're coming from, and I don't necessarily disagree with their fundamentals, but the problem is that, you know, when Daniel, you're continually able to prove, like, show me the charts and I'll show you what's going to happen. When you're proving that time and time and time and time and time again, that's really helped me understand where it's like, okay, wait a minute, maybe there is something to this whole look at the charts and I'll tell you what's going on deal, instead of like having this whole fundamental idea of like, oh, this coin should do this. Like, even if it's in this massive downtrend, this coin should, because the fundamentals say this coin should, it should. And it's like, the world does not revolve around shoulds. The world revolves around reality.
The biggest thing for me is that in cryptocurrency, fundamentals don't matter. Like, the markets revolve around traders. Like, I see the comments from people of like, oh, but this coin is going to be massive because it's the future. And then you look at the chart and it's just going down and down and down and down. But people are like, oh yeah, this coin is going to be the future. Just wait. And but I just think the fundamentals just make zero difference to the altcoins. Like the altcoin can have the best fundamentals in the world, and the chart just looks like down 90%. So
I guess from the holder's point of view, it's like most of them aren't good enough at trading yet to rely on their trading skills. So in their mind, it's like, if I'm holding this for a long time, I'm probably going to make better ROI in the future rather than trading. Because let's be real, most traders lose a lot of money. So unless you're like at a difference, unless you're like at a level, unless you're like at a level where you're consistent, you're making a lot of money. For most people, it doesn't really make sense to be just
I would say it
because
also doesn't make sense to go into an investment where the chart's down 90% and it has no signs of life. That's just like hope. It's like, if I want to invest in something, I want to invest in something which, of course, while it's down the lows, but like investing in these altcoins is like investing in like thin air, because a lot of them are just literally thin air. So like, at least when you invest in a proper company, like you can look at how much money they're making. You can look into their their earnings reports. You can look into their future values. But like, if you go onto an altcoin and you're like, okay, how much money is this company making? Like, I don't know of any alts that are like producing earnings reports and like proper reports where you can actually get statistical data on them. So I'd find it hard to invest in a company that has no.
The money that they are making is coming from the value of their token, which they then dump onto the investors.
Yeah.
And I think that's like, because I do trade alts quite a lot, and it's a very different change of pace to trading Bitcoin. I find alt trading easier, but you have to do it when the conditions are right with alts. Right now they're not, but after there's been a correction and something, and Bitcoin starts to be okay again and starts to range, usually at weekends, then alts are that's a good time to be trading alts. And you can it's a different thing. Like with Bitcoin, you've got to get in at a level and know what that level is, know why you're buying it there. Altcoins, they tend to trade, from my perspective anyway, a lot more simply. And you can just kind of think, this is what I want to position myself into, and take it from there. And then often at weekends, you'll be rewarded. But yeah, very, very different to Bitcoin.
No, this is why I just focus on Bitcoin, to be honest. I just love trading Bitcoin, man. This bounce, as surprise, was obviously very, very, very weak. There was no real bounce. I think this Bitcoin just looks very so much like there's not really that much interest at these levels. It's just, I do feel there's, I'm just trying to keep this as simple as possible. Like, my analysis has not changed from the minute I started the video. Like, I just want to actually see, and I'm talking about more of a swing trade. I'm not talking about scalps here. I'm talking more like, I want to actually see some proper strength here. Like, we don't need to be buying the exact lows. All we need to do is see a little bit of a reversal, see that little bit of confirmation, and that's the time to close. Like, this at the moment, you could wake up and see like, oh my God, I bought the exact low, but the likelihood of it, we're just waiting for this step of confirmation, really. Like, there's no confirmation in this chart that this is the low, because we're still on these downtrends, and they had these bounces that are going on, but it's just, for me, just too risky to close and fully expose myself to longs with no actual confirmed end of the downtrend. That's a nice bounce.
It's also pretty choppy down here.
Hey, very.
Yeah, I'm trying to trade this, but like, this is just, it doesn't really.
I'm not even going to trade this at the moment. I'm just going. My way I'm doing this is very much just relaxed. Show me a little bit of a actual reversal, and I'll happily close. But until that is the case, I don't know, more relaxed viewpoint of the chart.
Yeah, there is a lot of buying coming in. But
that is a lot that's coming. There was 17 mil. 17.
Well, you just had a bunch of shorts close out, and people are actually opening up longs on.
Yeah, quite a lot opening right now.
We're at the Igor session value area high right now again. This is a nice little.
I suppose you just done your funding, haven't you? So you literally just done your funding there. So I guess people are now back out. So what's the funding rates now?
It's 0.01 in about 8 hours. God, this is a big move up. What's going on here? That's like 1%
on
in
Bybit
3
anyway.
minutes.
There's lots of people closing out. So you saw 16 million close, and you saw 5.7 million close.
That was like a 2.5% move in 3 minutes. Jesus.
Yes, man. But at the moment, I see anyway, it's just people closing.
Yeah.
What was funding before? It was like 0.16.
It was 0.01. Well, actually, over the last at 38k, the funding was like 0.17, and that's why the short was so like really nice as well, because you knew you were getting free money. I think that's why it was unable to reach 38k, because the funding was so high.
Yeah, this is reset Ethereum as well. But Ethereum funding was still high, and it's down 0.0066. So it's pretty flat now. So yeah, it's done.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't short here. I definitely would not short here on Bitcoin. Like, this is definitely not a short region. I'm just waiting really for the confirmation that we're gonna actually get a proper bounce, because we've seen a lot of these today. These 3-4% bounces, but they haven't cleared any resistances, and they've just continued down. So
yeah. Let's see.
But yeah, the funding here on Bybit, obviously you can't do it because there's only 5 minutes into it, but the predicted is going up slightly. But that's just because obviously we had a massive move, well, quote unquote massive move to the upside. Obviously, a lot of people are trying to long this. Ethereum funding looks like it'll be going back up.
That's a lot of buys coming in on Bybit. Holy Jesus! You see the net longs, net shorts.
Oh yeah, so you have just had a 10 million long open actually.
Those are long.
Clearly, people are trying to defend these lows. Those lows are clearly being defended. Yeah. We still need to see that market structure change, I would say. Maybe get back above the VWAP. That's still quite far away.
Yeah, we're trying to change market structure on the 1 minute. We still have that low at basically 31,000. Oh wow, that low is literally at 31,000. Then we have that high at 32,000 basically. And then we had that higher low, and then now we're trying to break that.
So it looks like we're going to take that high, 32k.
It looks like it wants to. I mean, there's just so many longs opening right now. It's insane.
Well, you literally just had there 10 million, because it was all closing. Everyone was closing, and then you had the 10 million long actually open.
Yeah.
So now that guy, though, is forcing the market, going to be forcing it past that high. I think you really want to see, though, how does it approach past this? I mean, you had the 10 million long open here. You didn't even have those bearish divergences. I mean, you didn't even have those divergences there.
Open Binance as well.
What's funny is one of the YouTube Moon Boys literally 12 minutes ago just put out a video that says, "I'm shorting Bitcoin right now."
I mean, that's crazy. I think you could kind of just counter trade.
How much of crypto Twitter and all the YouTube channels are calling for that CME gap now? 18k CME gap. We're gonna close it.
That's funny.
Yeah, like the shorting down here was crazy. Like, shorting here was crazy. Like, yeah, it's obviously way too late to the short. But like, I don't know, the way I'm just so chilled at my approach to this at the moment. It's like, I really don't actually care if I don't long the bottom of this move. I just want to actually see a real bounce, because every bounce, literally the whole of this downtrend over the past 3 days, we've seen these bounces and they've all resulted in just lower highs. So it's like, actually just give me a proper bounce, and I'll actually happily long. As it stands, every single bounce is sold into, and like every bounce thus far has had bearish divergences. So it's like, actually just give me a real bounce and I'll happily close my long. I have no desire to try and catch the low of this. Give me that step of confirmation and I'll take the long. I'll close my short and I'll take the long. But until that happens, I'm not going to be excited about these moves. Yeah, it was a really nice move, but it doesn't really get me, you just have to like zoom out. You just really kind of have to zoom out here and be like...
I guess we just had a 4-hour candle close as well, didn't we? So it's gonna bring in a bunch of trades on that at the start of the hour.
The open interest down here has been increasing. I notice every time we hit 1 billion open interest, it kind of dumps. But yeah, anybody that made a video saying that they were shorting down here, I think is just absolutely very, 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 very silly. Like, yeah, I hope nobody was shorting down here that we know, because that is way too late to the short.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely agree, but it doesn't even matter if I agree, because the charts literally say you should not have shorted this. So
yeah, this is the thing is, like, we're in this support region, but the thing is, yeah, I just think, like I've been saying, like, I think everybody needs to be in the perspective of it. It really doesn't matter if you don't long the exact low. Like, I don't see the need to long the exact low.
It's fun to try, though. I'm not gonna lie. It is fun to try.
You know, if
it's
you
really fun.
Isn't it? It's just...
Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's fun to try, but it's more fun to make money, I think. I think so anyway. It's more fun to make money.
So I may have got the bottom more out of just a bit of luck. It was just like,
maybe because a big YouTuber was like, I'm shorting this now, and then everybody's like, okay, let's actually just long it.
To be honest, it's probably more of a case that we're doing the stream now, and I longed earlier, and I haven't been really watching the chart, so I haven't been scared out of that long, and now I'm still got it. So.
Never took the loads. Thing is, I was looking to see if we had bearish divergences on that secondary low that we put in here. You didn't actually have any, so it's like, for me, just not that wouldn't have been a scalp I would have taken, even if I was scalping. To be fair, I'd have like missed this move, because that for me, I wouldn't have longed it. But you know, it bounces, but I'm not really that excited about it. I'll do some of these questions from the people I've said here on these donations of saying, how long have you been trading? What types of mistakes have you made? Everyone should learn from you. Any thoughts on MetaTrader? MetaTrader, man. MetaTrader, man. This is like this. I didn't think people use MetaTrader in cryptocurrency. But yeah, I've been trading 10 years in total. I started on the stock market, moved my way over to crypto from stocks. And what mistake? I've probably made every mistake under the book. I've made a lot of mistakes in trading, but I think like this is needed. You do need to make mistakes to learn from them. You know, for example, you know, when I started to trade, I would have been the guy that is longing this, 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 longing, longing. And that would have been me when I first started trying to long everything when there's actually no need to. And now my perspective is, okay, let's just wait for the reversal here. Again, I'm not talking about scalps. Like, that's really, I'm not talking about scalps. I'm just going to say in terms of my swing trade, let's just actually wait for a little bit of a reversal. There's absolutely no need for me to long the bottom. I have no desire. My short is from way up here. I've 100% made profits on that. And now, obviously, if I close at the exact low, I'll make more. But I don't need to actually do this. I just wait for the reversal to occur. Currently, we're under every single moving average. For me, is important. We're at the 1-to-1, which is obviously a potential bounce place. That 1-to-1, man, does come in so much. That's absolutely crazy. But yeah, that 1-to-1 is clearly holding you up as support, but you still could just put in this running flat. If we change the market structure, yeah. And it's not about me even trying to be right or wrong. I'm not going to be here trying to say I'm right or I'm wrong, or I'm not going to say I predicted the low or anything like that. I'm just going to say I actually don't need to do any of this. All I need to do is wait for the market structure change at the moment, which as it stands is not happening. So
it's funny though that you said that this area is not really a good place to place any trades, and I just took a scalp short, got in and out real quick. real quick there. It's so scary trading down here. I'm not even gonna lie.
I mean, I think you can scalp here. It's just like,
yeah, I mean, I'm like 4 for 5 on my trades today, just scalping, which is actually a pretty good day for me. But it's just, I don't know. You just have to be so quick. But to be honest, that's a lot of people. They say that they don't like to scalp, and even people are telling me that I shouldn't be scalping because it's a lot more difficult. And it is. It definitely is. But the one thing that I'm learning from trying to learn how to scalp is that if you can learn how to scalp, it really does help you identify when the top or the bottom of a move is in. And so that's one of the things that if you want to get down there on those really, really low time frames, like the 1 minute and stuff like that, you know, obviously you reduce your position size basically to nothing because you're going to be losing a lot. But the skill that you gain out of learning how to scalp on those lower turn timeframes is like you can start to get yourself into better and better entries on your swing trades or on your day trades and stuff like that. Plus, too, I mean, I remember you said a while back that it's like a video game. And yeah, when you're on those 1 minute time frames, it does actually feel like you're in like a really, really fast moving video game, especially when Bitcoin is volatile like this. So
yeah, you got to be in the zone. I think you got to be really in the zone and concentrating when you're scalping.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not in the zone today, so I don't really have any desire. But yeah, someone was like descending broadening wedge on a 30-minute, and I suppose you're looking at this. But yeah, for me, I wouldn't trade a descending broadening wedge. So maybe. Yeah, for me, this is not a pattern that I would ever trade.
It might be just where we are, because I've got one on my 5-minute chart, just of these lows that we're at right now.
He said on the 30-minute chart. You're on about this descending broadening wedge.
Yeah, I've got one on my 5-minute chart. I don't know if it wouldn't be on unless it's just.
It was all about 30-minute chart, but it's like, yeah, I'm not really sure. I wouldn't trade this. I don't.
Got a bit of a channel there.
Yeah, this is over. Yeah, I mean, for me, this is this can obviously bounce from here, right? The 1-to-1, but whether it just puts in just running flat, obviously the bounce is still ongoing, but it's still obviously on the bearish market structure. Again, this is definitely not a place to short. Again, if you're trying to short down here, it's suicide almost, because you're way too late to short this move. But in terms of it, I'd say like a really obviously got this pretty big level that comes in at around 34,500. I'd want to be out of it by there though. Obviously, your big level over the last few days has been at 33k.
Yeah,
we've got the daily at 32.50, which is just broken through.
Yeah,
so we'll see if we can claim that.
Yeah.
This one person said, Butterfly Baby, I just randomly saw it, said, you are the best TA on YouTube. I really like the way you treat this important moves on BTC. You help me so much. I hope to see you every day. Oh, appreciate that, Butterfly Baby. Thank you.
But yeah, man, the amount of people that have been DMing recently saying like thank you and really helping and like loving the content, yeah, it's great. We obviously really love the support. It's so welcomed, and yeah, appreciate it.
Speaking of support, let's see, we got 3,200. I think we're at like an all-time high for the amount of people. And what's interesting is I am also looking at my YouTube feed right now, and I think there's 4 other YouTubers that are live, and we have more viewers than all of those people. So we want to thank all of you guys so much for coming in, stopping by, and like just being with us during this time that you know, and see if we can get any trades on Bitcoin. Daniel's telling, where is the stop loss? Where is the stop loss?
This is the only long that I could see. Like, disclaimer, I'm not taking the long, but if people really wanted to take a long, I feel like this is the only real long that I would view. Obviously, this has come really deep, but if we are still to hold these like higher lows, well, this is obviously your last major higher low here. You know, I'm not taking this, but for like an educational reason, if you're interested in longing here, you know, I do see that you have the potential of like a bigger term time frame. You do have an invalidation like that. That's the main thing here. You have a point where you're wrong, and that would obviously be below point X. So again, it like depends on how eager you are to really like. If you're interested in like a long position, then that would be the one what I could see with you basing your invalidation off of X. It would have to be, because that invalidates the whole of the harmonic. So like in terms of like the risk reward, obviously you'd be looking back up to trade this to about $36,000. So in terms of the risk to the amount of potential reward off of that pattern, it's obviously really great, really high reward. Again, like shorting here is really not good. Again, not financial advice. You can literally do what you want, but I would never short here. And so in terms of a trade, you would have to say, okay, if I want to approach a new trade here, the 2 options that I would say is wait and stay patient, which is e.g. do nothing at the moment. And that's a trade. Like doing nothing is a trade. You don't have to trade every single pivot. So option number one that I think you have right now is wait. That's what I'm doing. Option number two, I think, would be if I really wanted to trade at the moment, I would long. In terms of, I would definitely not short. So the only trade that I'd have is a long. And in terms of a setup, to be fair, you do have one with your stop loss below the low of X. And I'd say looking for that $36,000, to be fair. So yeah, if that would be my only trade that I could see on the chart. Like, I would definitely not short. I personally choose the viewpoint of I'm absolutely fine just staying out of this right now. I don't have the desire to try and trade this. But if I really, really wanted to, that would be the only trade I could see on the Bitcoin chart in terms of what I would class as sensible, almost.
Yeah, for the immediate short term.
For the very, very, very short term, if you're very confident that we're not going to break down and we are going to form another higher low, this is the only trade that you have, really. Really, it's the only trade I could see, and it's really basing your invalidation off of X. And to be fair, you could actually get this play out, and we hit the CC of C to D, and we put in a higher low at 36k. Sorry, a lower high at 36k, and we still break down overall. But yeah, if you really want to trade the bounce, and then you could like react at 36k. 36k is like a level that I do feel gets tested at. You know, it's really likely, I think, that this move down is not going to end. You have to remember there are a lot of people shorting at these lows, and the market is probably not going to be kind to the people that short the very lows of a move. So like, you get these bounces, and then like the bounces kind of everybody closes their shorts, everybody gets really bullish again. But while we're still holding, obviously, from the C to D, this is this pivot here, C to this pivot here, D. While you're still below the CC of that, you're actually below the pivot of the Gartley anyway, or the target of the Gartley anyway, the main one, obviously the CC. So that's where you can still actually get the lower high to come down and still take out 30k. Because I still think that we'll take 30k, to be honest with you. But it's like, yeah, we can actually get the bounce underway here. Like a nice bounce. That's like a 10% bounce. So yeah, that would be really the only trade I would like entertain and say, yeah, you know, if someone approached me and were like, I really don't want to, don't want to short here. And I'd be like, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I don't think you want to short here either. And they're like, I really have to trade though. I can't do nothing. I want to do something. I'm like, okay. And be like, okay, yeah, this is probably pretty nice long trade if you want to be in the market. Yeah.
There's nice confluence there for if it was to be a long here as well. With you've got the 4 hour and the daily naked POCs right in the CC of this whole move, which would be really nice.
Yeah, I just think that 30k level for me just like screams like, if it doesn't get taken, I would be personally very surprised. Again, it doesn't have to happen today. It might happen in a few days, but if we don't take it, I would be surprised.
It could be one of those scenarios where it's just like it was like last summer, where every like major higher low gets defended by the skin of its teeth.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
And it just kept doing.
When it was, that was crazy. That was, and it would literally miss it as well by literally a few dollars, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That was obviously really mad. But I just feel the market's a little bit different than it was back then.
I wonder if we go wick to wick to wick. So we're kind of, you go like a wick on the 5th of January. There was a big like spike down before that, but wick on the 5th of January, go to one on the 11th of January, and then come to now. Then I guess if we are going to save these lows, then it would be here, but it has to be here anyway. If you drop the low, then we're making a lower high, a lower low. So
yeah, that would be what I would kind of view. If bulls want to hold that higher low, fair play, man. Like, someone's got to buy at this level to defend it. I just know that I wouldn't sell at this level, but in terms of buying, I would prefer to just watch it. I just prefer to watch it. If it plays, it plays.
Daniel, can I make the announcement about the question and answer portion, or you want to?
Oh yeah, go for it.
So I'm seeing a lot of questions in the chat, and we thank all of you guys for that. And people are even donating and sending their questions. But if you guys want your question to be answered or asked to Daniel, the easiest way for us to go about curating the questions is you follow Daniel on Instagram, and then you follow me. If Daniel, you can bring up your Instagram and mine so they know that they're at the right Instagram. Those are linked in the description box below, but you go follow Daniel, follow me, and then you send me your question in a direct message on Instagram. And then that way I can read them, because right now the chat is just going by way too fast. So yeah, both of those are linked in the description box. Follow Daniel, follow me, and I will start curating those and ask Daniel as they come in. So it's first come, first serve. So the faster you get in your question, the sooner you'll have a chance of getting it answered. So yeah, we're at about like 3,250 people watching. So let's see if we can get up to what, 1.8 thousand, 1.9 thousand likes, and then we'll move on to the question and answer, because that will let us know that you guys are in for that portion of the stream. Yeah, so yeah,
I think today's live stream has been really, slow paced. I think I've been really chill. Yeah. Not got my energy. I just don't have the energy actually today to be really hyped in this video.
I mean, you've done a video already. You've already done a stream.
Yeah, this is my third video of the day. I was up this morning as well at 7 a.m. I had to get up for meetings all morning. I'm really tired.
So this is the time to ask the questions, because we're just going to be chilling out, answering questions. We're waiting for this drop on Bitcoin, but it seems like the bulls really just do not. I mean, the bulls just might be in here listening to Daniel. They're like, oh, don't short. Okay, yeah, it's time to long. It's time to long at close. But you do long at support and you short at resistance, right? So yeah, makes sense. Let's see. Let me see. I'll check my Instagram, see if there's anything that's come in. Oh, we got one question so far. Let's see. Yeah, so I guess I'll go through and answer this one question right now while we're waiting. Again, the links to the Instagrams are in the description box below. It says, hey, I shorted at 33.5. Would you consider taking profits now or be patient? And obviously anything that Daniel's about to say is not financial advice. Do whatever you want. But let's say if you were in a short at 33.5, what would you do?
If I was in a short from 30, I guess it all kind of depends on your perspective of where overall, like when you entered the short, you have to think, where was your target? So were you aiming for the Gartley, for example, 32K? Which I think was an acceptable take profit. And if that was your target and reason for the short, then the answer should be, yeah, like this is obviously a take profit. Personally, like the short that I've entered, I haven't taken profits today on it. I actually haven't taken profits on it today. But the way I'm approaching this is actually the perspective of, like, you have to like truly understand that my viewpoint at the moment is I literally do not care if I don't actually close my short at a low. Like, I couldn't care less in the absolute slightest if I miss out on 50 grand. I couldn't care less. So my perspective is like, I don't want to actually take profits. I really don't want to manage this position today. I'm just like, I don't care. So if I miss out on it, I miss out on it. But my perspective is, until we change the market structure, I'm not going to. So if I was short and my target was the Gartley, yes, I think that this is definitely a take profit. Like, definitely you could be taking profits here. But if you've got a perspective like me, which is, I'm just literally going to wait for the market structure change. I'm going to make it as simple as, like, I'm keeping it so simple. Like, the most simple and basic thing in the world, a market structure change. Give me that and I'll actually close. I'm like, this is really simple and easy. Like, I'm not complicating my plan at all. And so, like, in my perspective, I'll close if price goes lower, or I'll close if price goes higher. But until it does one of those things, I am not closing. So yeah, that's kind of my perspective. Like, obviously nobody went broke taking profits. If you want to book some, the thing is as well that my short, I took profits on it yesterday. So I've already taken the majority of profits. Like, I already closed 50% of my position. So the last 50% of it, I'm open to just like getting stopped out higher, or it goes down lower. Like, so that is obviously, like, I closed 50% of mine higher than where we're at now. So obviously if I had not closed all of my position, I would have been in even more profits. But it's like, Yeah, I was going off of it. You know, I wanted to close 50% really, and for the next 50%, I'm either holding it down lower or it's going to change market structure, and it's really as simple as that. So I hope that kind of answers the question in a roundabout way.
Yeah, to me, it sounds like where you should take profits is based off of your plan. You know, if you're just taking a trade and you have no idea what's going on or where you think it's going to go, well, then you don't have a plan and you shouldn't be trading. So, yeah, you're just talking about what your plan would have been or is, and that's what you're trading it off of. So,
yeah,
makes
exactly.
sense to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see here. We have a special guest who has just entered the Zoom room.
Who's that?
The man, the myth, the legend himself.
I just came in to mess about with Trader R.
Yeah. Trader R is in the chat, but not in the call.
Yeah, just to annoy him. Really. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, mate, how's it going?
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't know about you. Like, well, what is it? What day is it today?
Today's Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm just so mellow and so chill and just like anything that happens today is a good day. Today is a good day.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you be, like nice and chilled? You're just chilling on a nice short, and that's nice. Good.
Yeah. I think it's gonna work or it's gonna lose. We'll just have to wait and see. It's like, yep.
Let's see. I've got some other questions in here. One person is asking about checking altcoins, but just a reminder for everybody, you're not taking requests on altcoins ever or today, right?
No, I don't really want to ever do
no requests on coins. One person in here is saying, can you explain what market structure changes for newbies?
Yeah, so really simply, market structure is when you're making low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, which is what price is doing at the moment. So market structure change would be if we obviously made the high, high, low, and higher high, and then we've gone from a downtrend signified by the lower highs and lower lows to breaking that and actually then making our high, higher, low, and higher high. And this is your market structure change. And what that does, it's just like, we just draw this a little bit easier and cleaner for you in a bit more space. So really, really simply, because obviously this is fundamental of why I'm not closing my short. Price is doing this, and which is it's been doing since last few days. We've just been doing this. It's been really clean downtrends. So what you have to think is, here we could get our bounce, and then we get our market structure change, and then off of this downtrend, hello? Man, internet crashing. Ah, lim.
I believe he's back on. Yeah.
Oh man, my internet just like totally went down. That's really weird.
What's up, man?
Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
I've no idea if the stream's still going or what.
I believe so, because I see people in the chat.
Just a lot of people like, what now?
Have you got EXO open now, Dan?
Yeah.
It's back on, yeah.
Oh, for God. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I literally it was just really weird. It just like suddenly just like went offline. Just as I was doing it. How much of this market structure bit did I get free?
You were
just about to make the higher high.
You were drawing like the zigzag down, and you hadn't got to the bottom yet, so you hadn't got to the change of market structure. It was just down, dead.
So people on the stream can hear us again now, can they?
Yeah, I believe so. I see sound okay. So.
Oh, cool. Oh, that was pretty funny. People
people are joining again.
Hello, everybody. Wow, that was pretty random. So we're back, and actually, while we were away, Bitcoin moved down. How many? 6,
You weren't
7,
holding
8,
up the price. It
$800.
just dropped down.
So basically, I'll continue where I got up to. We'll end this explanation. I was in halfway through it. Basically what I was saying is we got a downtrend. I can't even remember what the question was anymore, actually.
Can you explain market structure? I believe it was.
Okay. So yeah, we got the downtrend here with lower highs and lower lows. So let's say that we took our short position here. And the way that I'm approaching the rest of my trade is that I'm thinking to myself, I could have closed my short here. I could have closed it here. 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 I could have closed it where we are literally right now on Bitcoin. But I'm not after that on the rest of my trade. What I'm waiting for is a breach to make a new high, higher low, and higher high. That's where I will close my short. So what I'm saying is I want to see about at some point I'm going to close the short, but it's when there's going to be a proper bounce. For me, this is not a proper bounce at the moment. And so I don't want to close my short. So this is a lower high, lower high and lower low. The market structure changes when we make that higher high, higher low, and higher high. That is going from a downtrend to an uptrend. At the moment, like these bounces for me are weak bounces. Okay, I mean, look at it. Like that we had the bounce, great, and it's already sold off 50% of the bounce. So you know, this is why I'm not getting excited about the bounces or anything. It's just like at the moment, I have no desire to, I mean, look at it. It's already from that bounce down. How many percent? 2%. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything till it gets a proper bounce, really. But that's market structure, yeah.
Flaggy, though.
Did anyone else have any questions that will come in? It's this guy, Dan, you're back live. We can hear you. Hello. Oh, we lost like 1,000 people because of that outage.
Yeah, Neo is not here anymore.
Just like Adam. So... Did he go as well?
Did he leave? Did he?
Yeah, he needed to walk his dog.
Oh well. That's just us then. Well, I suppose I'm not really. I mean, I'll try and figure some questions that I get all the time and wrap it in this because I get a lot of the same questions all the time. Oh, there's one thing that I wanted to make you all aware of. I know I wasn't going to mention it, but this is the first thing that I just want to mention before. I feel as if I should just mention it because I got to mention it. Like just the thing that I just want to bring all of your attention to is there is not myself underneath all the videos. Do not get scammed by this. Like these people that are replying these things, like this is 100% a scam. Like this person that made a comment saying, "Love that you're so honest, bro," and then there's a scammer that replies to him who's pretending to be me. Like this is impersonation. That this guy has no videos. What you want to do is click on about. You want to click on. I can't even report this in person. Maybe that's because I've already reported them. You can like report the people basically, and this is not me obviously because there's no videos on the channel. So you're doing very well. I wanted to make you all aware of that. I wanted to say, if you're not already aware, I'm still in my short position. I'm not closing it till we get a market structure change because at the moment for me it's just too weak. Man, it's hard for me. Let me just check. My DMs are absolutely insane. Like I just get way too much. Let's just see what I got here. Oh man, there is so many things. Hi, love the stream from India. Hello from India. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, so here is somebody getting, oh my, that is absolutely awful. Well, I was mentioning the scammer and here is somebody falling for the scam. This is, I don't know if you can see this, but that is somebody that's just sent me a message saying they literally got scammed. How incredible is that? I don't know if you can read that, but there's somebody that's literally pretending to be me. They're called Chart Champions. This is not me, ladies and gentlemen. That is not me. But their WhatsApp is called Chart Champions. I don't know if you can see this because I keep on getting notifications of a new message. You can't see it. But that is how crazy these DMs are. But Look at that. Every single second there's a new DM. But basically, this guy's got scammed. How can they fall for this? This is really bad. They were like, hello. Oh my God. I mean, how can you fall for this? I don't understand. How can you fall for this? Look at the guy. This guy's like, we have somebody in our team called v.urbis@googlemail.com. Why would we be using Google Mail email addresses? Come on. And then my name is Robert Wayne. I am a crypto broker of Chris. Who's Robert Wayne and who's Chris? When have you ever heard any of these people on our channel? Never. You'd have never have heard me talk about Robert Wayne or Chris. No idea who these people are. They're scammers, but actually they're scammers. So I'm really sorry that you fell for this scam. I hope that you didn't send them any money, but like, yeah. So the guy has sent me is this one of your guys or not, mate? The answer is no. yeah, that's definitely not. Nobody, we are not. Let me just make this really clear because I feel sorry for the people that fall for the scams. Like we're never going to be on YouTube saying, send us messages on WhatsApp. Like we have a Discord group. Why would we be saying go to WhatsApp? Also, like, you know, you just got to use a little bit of common sense. Okay. You really does really require a bit of common sense. Like we're not going to be replying on YouTube to say, message me on WhatsApp. This is never, ever, ever, never going to happen. I mean, I feel sorry for you for falling for it, but you know, just really got to remember there's lots of people scamming out him. So just take some care and verify. If someone's asking you to send them money, I think you want to do a little bit of verification that this is, I mean, I guess the first thing I'd think is why has he messaged me on WhatsApp? That's probably the first thing I'd be thinking. But you got to be, yeah, you got to have some common sense. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh my.
Oh wait, we're back. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, my internet crashed.
Yeah, I just came back from walking my dog, and then I'm like, oh, shit, you're back. Okay. Yeah, you're not sharing your screen with the Zoom call, so can't see. Yeah, welcome back, man. How was your trip?
Just had to go reboot the router. I'm pretty happy that we didn't get a move. Look at this. We got that move up. Like, it crashed, but we've already given it all back. Like, imagine the people that FOMO'd into the top of that move and they're already down 2.5%. Man, that's gonna hurt. But look at the thing. The thing is, look, these people were by 2 million. This person here, yeah, this at the top of the move, and the guy has bought 5, 10, 13, 16. Wow, 16 million. And they're down 2.5. How many in actual percentage? So imagine that you bought 16 million here and you're down 2.7%. So 2.7% of 16 million. Do you see how much money they just lost?
No, I'm just also, while you're saying this, I'm also looking at the net longs, net shorts, and it's like the most amount of longs are opened at the high, and then instantaneously after, you just see nothing but longs closing out, and then you see longs opening, and then you see instantaneously longs closing, and then longs open and then close, and then they open and then they close.
This guy up here has just lost $432,000 in 15 minutes.
Wow.
15 minutes to lose $430,000 because they were not patient. They were not patient. They decided to buy the fake pump and they lose nearly $500,000 in 10 minutes because they didn't have the patience to wait for a proper trend reversal. They bought the fake pump and they instantly have lost $500,000. That's not what you want to do. And that's why I'm remaining patient on the rest of my position. Yeah, but that's crazy, man. 500 grand lost in 10 minutes.
Yeah, or at least do the sensible thing and like try to scale into your long position if you really think that it's going to go up from there. But yeah, man, I don't know. I remember since I joined way back in January of last year, you were still talking about just, it's crazy just how much stupid money is in crypto. And here I am a year later, still surprised. You and I are still surprised that these people can still be this dumb. I mean, how can people make so much money but yet still be this stupid? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They just get their emotions. This is a pretty interesting comment. Hey man, I've been hammered recently on a losing streak. Considering joining Chart Champions now to save my wallet before I lose everything. How realistic is it that I can switch it around quickly? Cheers, bro. I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't think you're going to be able to turn it around quickly, because you know what we are promoting here is I really want to have realistic expectations. So I'm not going to try and sell you something that's not true. Like, if you want to educate yourself, if you want to learn how to trade, it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to be putting in time and dedication. This is a real skill. Like, trading is a real skill, and you are under false expectations if you think that you're going to become rich instantly through trading. Like, that's not the case. It's just literally not the case. So yeah, my answer to you is I think you can turn it around. Obviously, I think you can turn it around. You want to put in some time and dedication, and but I'm not going to say you're going to instantly be able to do this. Like, it's going to take time, it's going to take study, and it's not like easy. So trading is not easy money. You actually do, it's a real skill. It's as simple as that. It's a real skill. And so you cannot imagine, it's like me saying I want to, and I've said this quite a few times, but it's like me wanting to be a doctor and then starting my training of being a doctor and the next day operating on someone. And that's not going to end well, is it? Because I'd have no idea what I'm doing. I haven't started the basic training and I'm starting to operate on somebody. I'm probably going to kill them. And the same analogy can be used on trading. Like, if you start to trade before you've actually learned what you're doing and you're a total noob, you're probably just going to kill your account. Like, you're going to blow up your account. So the exact same process is with trading. Like, if you try and jump into this without learning, you are destined for failure. You have to approach this in a manner of, okay, this is really serious. This is, I treat trading as a business. Like, for me, trading is a business. So I take everything that I do in trading very seriously. I'm not in this for a joke. I'm not in this for anything other than, like, I'm in trading to make money. And so this is so serious. And I approach trading as I would running a business. I have my money management. I know how much I'm prepared to risk on this certain business adventure. I know how much money I can make from it if it goes well. I know when the business adventure starts turning south, okay, I want to cut my ties with this before it goes any further. The same with trading. I know when my trade starts to look bad and I want to get out of it before it turns into a shipwreck. And the same is with trading. I approach it very systematically, very much. Okay, I know where I trade, I know where I don't trade, I know where I want to be patient, I know where I want to be aggressive. Like, today I'm totally patient trader. I'm a lot normally I'd be really interested in scalping all these moves and taking some trade. I'm just like so patient today. And this is literally why I'm so patient, because look at this. This is another massive fake out. And like, this is literally what's been happening for the past 24 hours. So it's like, I've kind of recognized now that these moves are kind of fake outs. So let's just get a real bit of a real move. But yeah, my reply to you is, if you're after quick money, that's not for us. You're going to have to go to some guy on YouTube that does signals if you want quick money. I think that's got to work. But with us, you're only going to get education. You're only going to get the education. If you want the signals, go on YouTube and Google signal service crypto, and you're gonna find some guys in cryptocurrency that have got like 99% win rates, and they're making millions and millions and millions. And so I would say you probably should check out their signal service, because I have no doubt that will absolutely work for you if you want to be a millionaire overnight. Got to join those signal services, man. There's no way it can not work.
Or you could just follow us on YouTube and just watch every video and take the non-financial advice ideas on your own. We've done on your own fruition, on your own dime, and none of it is financial advice, but follow along if you like.
I'm trying to find these like interesting posts. I remember reading yesterday like a really interesting post. Like, I'm trying to find it, but oh, this is a pretty interesting. I'm just reading through some of the posts here, but this is an interesting one. Hi Daniel. joined a couple of days ago, and I absolutely recognize that I have a lot left to learn. I even recognize that you may even believe that I'm too new to have made the trade I did last night. However, with the tools I've already picked up, combined with the Gartley you mentioned in the live stream last night, I was able to get half unstuck from the hole I dug myself in before joining. Very nice to be in a confident trade, executing it without being scared, and to wake up in profits. I'm very excited to continue learning and see the progress I'll surely make in the upcoming weeks, months, and years. Thank you for sharing this knowledge. It looks like this guy, before he joined the Chart Champions group, was down thousands of dollars. Yesterday, we were giving non-financial advice of a Gartley, which is obviously for the short position, and he woke up today with $1,000 profit, and he's nearly, from all the years of losing money, it looks like he's starting to turn it around. Well, that's brilliant to see. That's really, really nice.
Crazy.
But you know, this is I think he's approaching it with the right thing. You know, he's in it for the years, months, and years. You know, he knows this is a long-term adventure, and it's not going to happen overnight. But I, you know, some of these comments I was reading, I was like, yeah, it's really, really, really good, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, the skill that I've literally, during the time that Daniel was saying that, I took a scalp long because of what I learned here, and I got out in profit. I took like a 0.4% scalp long trade. I longed at the support and I got out. And so today, actually, I'm having a really fantastic day. I have no idea how this is happening, but I think I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 7 for 8 today on trades. That's insane for me. And each one of my trades I'm looking on CoinMarketMan is like 2 minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes. That's how long I'm in the trade, 4 minutes. And I'm just like bam, 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 bam. So if that doesn't prove that this is a skill, then I mean, especially for me, this is insane. But if that doesn't prove that this is a skill, then I don't know what to tell you.
I like this post. That this is from Matic, and he's like, quite a few new members joined lately, which is fantastic. The community is growing and we're gaining public recognition for what Chart Champion stands for, and that is the best possible education. Big part of this education is the mindset of a trader, with which I struggled a lot myself, and I'm only now beginning to switch the focus from on P&L to focusing on the process and really understanding what it means to think in probabilities. Quite a few asked the same question on YouTube chat. How long does it take to start earning money, become profitable, or whatever? So this is the question that we're asked too much. The focus on the desired outcome, e.g. the profit, which is the wrong approach if you are in this for the long run. What you should be asking yourself is, how many sample sizes of trades with different well-defined setups do I need to get to the stage where I'm confident in my analysis and I don't feel the emotions before or after the trades? Very personal and obviously individual thing to determine. For those of you that will ignore Daniel's live stream tonight, a sensible question to yourself would be, how many times do you need to blow up your account before you start thinking the right way? So really simply what he is emphasizing here is let me just continue. We all develop our own pace. It will take as much time as we need. As long as we don't give up and believe in ourselves, we can do this. Work hard, learn and trade safe. Great stream master. So basically, the emphasis here is on the point of, I suppose, how many times do you need to blow up the account before you realize that you do have a problem and you actually need to go and seek help in form of education, help in form of just stop doing the same thing that's obviously clearly not working. And a question that we ask all the time, how quick is it before I start earning money? If I join the membership, can I pay my membership fees instantly in the same month? You know, why I just don't understand really the need of instant money. Like, I just don't think it's truly possible to get this instant money. Like, if it was so easy to get instant money, why everybody would be millionaires? Because it would be easy, wouldn't it? But the thing is, it's actually a really difficult skill that you actually have to put time in, you have to put effort in, and you have to learn. So it's like, you know, if it was as easy as people say, then everyone would be, you know, if Signals Group worked, everybody would be a millionaire, because everyone would just join the Signals Group and everyone would be millionaires. But that's obviously not the case. Signals Groups don't work. Nobody doing this is like running millionaires. So it's like you just have to think sensibly. Like, clearly trading is a skill. Clearly there's a way of knowing how the market's working. And, you know, the evidence is right here in front of you. This trade, 24-hour long trade. $150,000 profit. I closed 50% of this trade yesterday, so I've already booked like hard cold profits. This trade is the rest of my position running. Now, over the last 2 days, I'm up nearly 500 grand, which is like crazy in like a week of trading, like 500,000. And this is like, for me, like, I'm not even using like massive, for me, I'm not even increasing my position size. I'm actually using relatively small position sizes just because I'm like, it's just a little bit more relaxed for me. I've done real hardcore trading from the move of 20 to 40K. And now that we're entering consolidation, I just want to take it a bit more relaxed. I just want to take it nice and easy. You know, also I'm just getting, you know, pretty bombarded with so many questions. It's hard for me to trade my normal sizes because I find it difficult to stay in my zone at some points because there's a lot of questions really. But like, it's just like, what I'm trying to say with this is that I just want to really make everybody really aware. There's no such thing as easy money. Okay, be it in trading, be it in anything in life. There's no such thing as easy money. You have to work for it, and if you are unable to put in the time and work for it, you actually deserve to remain poor. Like, and I mean this in the nicest way possible without sounding like an idiot. But if you are lazy, why do you deserve to make it and be financially free? Like, if you actually have a desire to be financially free and to make really good money and support your family, why would that happen to somebody that's like, I don't want to do anything. I want you to tell me I want you to tell me when to enter my trade. I want you to tell me where I exit my trade. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do any work at all, but I want you to make me rich overnight. Like, can you see how this is like so silly to think that that's possible? Like, it's so extremely silly to think that you are going to become a millionaire from putting in no effort and work. Like, that's just totally unrealistic. It's just not ever going to happen. So yeah, I mean, we have, yeah, that's just my viewpoint. And obviously the thing is, there's real results of people that have put in the massive hard work. They are performing like to the best of their abilities. Like Igor for me is just like the star boy almost. Like this guy is like so, like I just don't understand how he has the time. He has a business, he has a family, and the guy's like making so much money from trading. It's like there's like real results of people that are actually changing their lives. They're actually making so much money. But guess what? The people that are actually making money are the people that have actually put in so much time. That, you know, you're not going to ever see somebody in trading that's like, I started trading today and I've made $10 million and I'm doing this consistently for the next 10 years. Guess what? Somebody can enter trading today and they can make $1 million tomorrow. But are they still going to have their $1 million in a year's time? The answer is very likely no, because you can get lucky on one trade. You can get lucky on two trades. You can get lucky on 5 trades in a row. But if you think you're going to get lucky on 500 trades in a row, the answer is it's just not going to happen. So the only way that you can get, the only way you can get lucky on 500 trades is by actually having a systematic approach, which shows you have an edge over time. And then the harder you work, the more lucky you get. So there's a correlation between hard work and making money. There's no correlation between doing absolutely nothing and just expecting everything handed on a plate to you and doing no work and becoming a millionaire. It's not going to happen. And everybody needs to realize this.
Yeah. Plus too, it's like, those sayings, no smooth sea has ever made a great sailor. That's true. And then also, what story in human history has ever traveled with time that, of somebody who just coasted through life and never had any hardships and never conquered the odds and never worked their ass off. There's nobody is remembered in history for just like skating by. You know what I mean? Everybody that has made it somewhere has a story because they had to work and overcome the odds. And that's, and so it's like, if you're looking at some type of easy gamble, you could 100x. I mean, let's be honest, anybody who would have 100x longed at like $200,000 or whatever would be obviously like really, really rich right now. But it's like, if also to that mentality, you'd probably would have had 100x long to the 40K and then just got absolutely annihilated. And so it's like, you have to know what you're doing. Nobody is going to get rich overnight. And I mean, you could get rich overnight, but you can't build wealth. The difference between getting rich and being wealthy is like rich is you won the lottery or something like that. And then you're probably going to go spend it all on type of like crazy stuff. And then your money runs out. And then you go back to mediocre, poor, or above average, or whatever your current lifestyle was. But wealth is, you know, building a skill like Daniel is talking about here, where it's like the more money you make, the more money your money can make. And then the more money your money can make, and then just again and again and again, and it turns into a snowball. And then you have so much money, and it's you basically become a money printer. You're like the Fed. And you know, from that point forward, it's like you don't, unless some type of super catastrophic event happens, you're not ever going to not have money, because you've actually built a system of wealth generation. And so, yeah, that's why this is important. And that's why it's important to actually put forth the effort to learn this skill, or to, you know, do what Igor's doing. You know, you build a business, and you also have the skill of trading. So hopefully that's a little add to the side note. But I do have, whenever you're ready, Daniel, we do have some more questions on Instagram.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What's the question?
So one person from Anatole Pole, they said the software that Daniel's using right now that you guys are looking at is called ExoCharts. And then he's also asking about, in previous bull markets, it brought us back to the 21 week EMA. Do you think it is possible that we get to the 21 EMA at this time?
Is it possible? Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, and next question. But I mean, it depends on how much you want to elaborate on that.
I mean, as it sounds like, my viewpoint of this stream today is I'm short until I get a market structure change. So the answer is really this. I'm letting this go as low as it wants for today. Like, I don't mind how low it goes, and I'm not actually even going to close at the low. But when we get the market structure change, I think then we have a significant low. But until that actually happens, we could grind down to maybe just 29,500, which is your last. Yeah, maybe we just reach like 29,700 ish, or maybe it keeps just grinding down lower, because all we've been doing is grinding downwards. So until we actually get a proper reversal, I'm fine with it going to maybe just 29,700. Maybe it goes to 25,000. Like, it doesn't. I'm not trying to actually predict the low in this video. I don't even want to try and predict it. All I want to do is wait for the low by a confirmation of a market structure change, and then I'll happily close my short. Like, I'm not going to be trying to say I predicted this. What I am going to do is say I made a lot of money on this short. I'm not trying to predict anything here. I didn't even need to know where the low is, and I'm gonna have 100% guaranteed money. So it's like, that's the position I want to be in right now.
And I want to be in whatever position you want to be in. So, so Faber Jonathan asks, I'm not sure I fully understand this question, but maybe you do. He said, where do you see a turnaround point for entering along, and on what time frames do they have to look at to get a confirmation? So I guess what they're saying is, at what point do you see a market structure change to give you confidence to enter along? I'm guessing.
Yeah. So for me, what I'm focusing on at the moment is the 15-minute. So if we get that 15-minute, and especially if we get that open interest and delta increase, so this is just like, that's exactly what I want. Like that's exactly what I want. And then I'll be like, I'll close my short. Like, that's what I want, to close my short. But, you know, we just haven't actually had that. You know, we've had like 1 minute market structure changes. But obviously it's too insignificant for me to really put enough emphasis for a day trade. You know, if I was scalping, yeah, there's scalps, but, you know, I'm talking about day trading. So need to see like a 15-minute. Really would be great to see a delta increase in open interest as well. Don't always get it, but at least that 15-minute for me.
Sorry, I just heard like a super huge buy order sound on my thing. No, wait, what? This thing just said 6.1 million shorts were just liquidated. Okay. we did take the low while we were talking at 31,000. And I think the new low is basically $20 below that. So I don't know. Anyways, the next question. Oh yeah. So I actually have a question from one of my friends who is a trader, and
yeah,
they were asking, do you think, and I also kind of have this question too. It's like, when you're first starting out, do you think that it is better to have financial goals in mind? Like, I need to make $100 a week, $200, whatever it is, or $10 a day, $100 a day, whatever. Or do you think it's better to just concentrate on the process, which I would assume means concentrate on getting your win-loss percentage up, you know, above 50%, above 60%. So you're playing with small sizes, but you're concentrating on win-losses, or should you concentrate more on,
so a really common
goal of money to make
it's quite a common question as well. So yeah, in my perspective, you should be focusing on the process. So if you're like, I need to make $100 a day, the likelihood is, if you're so focused on that PNL, it's just going to actually hinder your progress. Whereas if you're just focused literally on the progress, you're focused on how you're entering your trades, how you're exiting your trades, and like the process, just simply the process, I think in the long term, even in the short term, like that is actually only going to be beneficial. So I don't think you want to be focused so much on like I need to make $100 a day. I would say that that's not actually going to be beneficial. In my perspective, I'd say you want to focus on actually just the process of making good trades. And then when you actually look at it and you're like, oh, wow, I am making $100 a day. I didn't even I didn't even know that that was the case. I just was so focused on making good trades that the byproduct of making good trades was making $100 a day. But if you're so focused on making $100 a day, I don't actually think you're going to be in the thought process of actually making good trades. Like you're going to be taking trades that you wouldn't normally take just to make $100 a day.
Yeah, you'd get into a lot of revenge trades, or, you know, let's say you're down $80 for the day and you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm down $80. Like, and my goal is $100 a day. I better, 100X long this or this. And the next thing you know, your account's gone.
Yeah.
And one of the things that one of the mottos that I've lived by since, I did join the group is that I don't need to lose $1,000 a day to know that I don't know how to trade. I can figure out that I don't know how to trade by losing $10 a day off of 20 trades or 10 trades or whatever it is that I take. And so I completely agree with you, is that if you know how to win in trading, then that is the signal for you to start increasing your position sizes. Because again, and I'm sure you've heard it more than I have, but I can't tell you how many times people are like, oh, I lost my account, or I lost this amount of money, I lost that amount of money. And it's like,
the thing for me is I hear a lot of people, like, especially like new people that are just brand new to the trading space, and they just start trading, and straight away they just like, I'm just going to put in like 50 grand. I'm just like, why would you want to put in 50 grand? It's like, the most likely is you're going to lose everything. So why, even if 50 grand isn't a lot of money to you, like, that's not the thing. Like, why do you need to lose 50 grand to be like, why not just lose 500? Because the most likely thing is you are going to lose money when you first start. So you just start off with a really small amount of money. Like, you got to throw away the ego of, it might be an ego thing of people are like, oh my God, this guy trades with $1. Oh my God. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, trade with $1, literally trade with $1. Who cares what somebody else says? And then when you're actually starting to make consistent gains with $1, change to $10. When you're making good money, change to $100, and start with $1, end with $1 million. That could be your goal, but you're not going to start trading straight away and be like, I'm just going to trade with $1 million, because it would just be insanely stupid, because you're probably just going to lose all of the money. So you don't have to try and prove something to somebody else. Like, it makes no difference. Yeah, it's all about ego. But for me trading, like, it doesn't make any difference to you watching this what I'm trading with. Whether I'm trading with $1 or 20 million, it makes no difference to you. And the thing is also the guy next to you. So when you're sat in the class, quote unquote, and you see somebody, oh, this guy is trading with, you know, also doesn't mean they know what they're on about. Just because someone's trading with 10 million doesn't mean they know what they're on about. I've seen a lot of people that are literally trading 10 million every time, but they honestly had no idea what they were doing. And they were,
we just literally went through that a couple of minutes ago when we were talking about all the people who longed at the highs. That's a direct example.
I've literally been, you know, I don't really do them so much anymore, but I've used to do more sort of private lessons. But I've been in private lessons with people that they would join to Scalp. Basically, they basically just wanted me to tell them what to do. But they were trading with like 10, 15 million position sizes. But they were, like on stream, like on a private call with me.
No way.
But they had zero idea what they were doing, and they would literally trade 10 to 15 million on every single trade.
No, you're lying.
No, honestly, and they had no idea what they were doing. They had made money in crypto and they wanted to start to trade, and so they were just trading with everything, and it was
painful.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, this is really not a good idea. And they were so fixated on, they wanted to like, I mean, I've seen, so that's why I'm just going with it. Just because somebody has money really doesn't mean that they know what they're doing. So they're, you know, just, but then for the thing is, you have to remember that for some people, like the 15 million isn't a lot of money. And I know it sounds like pretty crazy, but some people are like 15, like they don't actually care if they lose 15 million. For them, it's like nothing. So
well, I think that reminds me of the fact of like the way you talk about money, like even earlier when you say I'm in these small positions and you know 100 grand or whatever it is in 24 hours, and just how casually you speak about it. There are some people that probably do have so much money and maybe they're coming into the space and they're just like, oh, you know, what's 50,000, what's 40,000, what's whatever. And so I can understand that mindset, but if somebody is new to the game and you have a lot of money, to, like you said earlier, to allow yourself to separate your ego and understand that you are, even though you have money from another venture or maybe from your family, you have to understand that you are a beginner in this field. Just like if you never opened a restaurant before or something like that, you have to humble yourself and realize, even though I was a success in this other thing, I'm going to open up this restaurant. I don't know anything about it. So I have to fully bow down to the fact that I'm going to be a beginner in this process. And that's going to be the same thing with trading. It's like fully bow down and understand that even though I am rich over here, I'm going to start and humble myself and start with low amount of money and then build my way up once I actually start knowing what I'm doing. And that's kind of what sounds like what happened with those people that were scalping with those massive position sizes. It's like, you know, they just.
I also think that they had like FOMO of, because they were in a call me, that they thought they would. Yeah, I think they just had like probably. FOMO of just like, they need to trade us. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was really crazy, but yeah, man, it's
here. I got some more.
Do you have a DM from someone called Anatol_Pol? They left a donation. They say, Maurice, can you check my?
I read they were the one that asked the question of, I forgot. I'll have to go back in the live stream, but yeah, that was the question before the one I just asked you.
No, fair enough. Cool.
Let's see the next one. Oh yeah, for people that are wondering what's going on and how do you get your question answered, you follow Daniel on Instagram, you follow me on Instagram, the links are in the description box below, and you send me a question in direct message because the chat is going by way too fast. So this one is like, I think just a topic to talk about. It's like, why won't the government embrace Bitcoin? They hate the idea of proof of work. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not sure whether you, I've had some issues with this recently, but I mean, I think that the government kind of don't want to embrace cryptocurrency because they need to work out how they can make money from it first. Like I think they're trying to think, how can we tax this, or how can we make some money? Because at the moment, there's a lot of obviously tax evasion that goes on in crypto, I think, as a whole. And so I think the government are just trying to ban it at the moment, thinking we need to actually get in some sort of system that we control this, and we're not losing money by not taxing it. So my perspective is that the government again, this is just my opinion. Just literally just my opinion. I think the government just really want to get in on the crypto of being able to tax it. I think that's all they care about. They'll say it's dangerous because they're not making enough money off of it. Like, of course, crypto is not dangerous.
They're not using cash. They're using Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's my opinion. But obviously, I pay my taxes, and I honestly do find it annoying having to pay the taxes. But it's just like, you just got to do it, because otherwise you're going to get a knock on your door and you're going to get arrested. So it's not worth the consequences. But yeah, I think the governments do not really like it because they don't get enough of the potential profits that they could see. But yeah, I've been speaking about this a little bit on like YouTube and things, but my plan of this year is to move to a crypto / tax friendly country. So I'm looking at I'm pretty interested in Costa Rica. They got really nice tax, really nice country, very much pro-life and pro the people. So I think Costa Rica is nice. I think certain parts of Asia are nice. I mean, obviously Colombia is a really great country, but it's not so great on their taxes. Obviously the Cayman Islands is pretty great. So yeah, I think that these sort of countries where they actually treat you really nicely, and they're not just so money grabbing of like, wow, we want literally to take 55% of everything you made this year. Like, I just don't think it's very, in my opinion, it's not very fair. But of course,
especially since they're the ones printing the damn money. It's like they print it and then they want it back.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy, but
yeah. Well, also I wanted to throw in there that you're gonna, with this plan of moving, if you actually do move, it's obviously all going to be 100% legal. Everything is going to be legal.
Yeah,
100%.
Because this is the thing for me. Like, if because people are going to be like, I want to go to this tax-free country, spend one day a year there, and then come back in England to live, and that's obviously fully illegal. But the thing is, you might get away with it for like 6 months, but the governments are catching on so fast to these sort of things. It's literally going to be impossible to evade, to do something illegal. Like, the government all these countries are now sharing reports. There's no certain thing anymore if the country is not going to be giving in and sharing. So like, everything's going to be shared. Like, you are definitely going to be caught. And the thing is, if you're doing it illegally, every day you're going to be looking behind your back thinking, like, is today the day that the tax man comes and arrests me? And so you just don't want to live like that, do you? You just want to live in like do everything legal and just live a peaceful life.
Yeah, I think that's I mean, especially too, if you set yourself up legally, then it's like, okay, well, you don't ever have to worry about anything, and then you can just sit there and trade cryptocurrency and just chill out and do whatever you want to do with the rest of your life. Obviously, if that's where you're going to settle down, but let's see. Yeah, so somebody else was asking, Wise Darren was asking about the change in market structure. I think we've gone over that about 3 times so far, so please just watch back on the stream.
I'll probably say that this next one will be the last question, and I think I'll call it a...
All right, let's see if
I'll say before we go, I know that everybody that this stream has been different than normal. It's been very much relaxed. I've not been going over like targets. I've not been going over when buy, when sell, when stop loss. I've just been really simply, I've given you the most realist content in terms of, I've literally just told you exactly how I'm trading. Like, I've not, like, my thought process, I'm not actually going for targets anymore. I'm not going for where's the stop. I'm not going for like this sort of thing. Like, my video today has just been as real as possible of literally how I am trading right now. Okay, that's what I've gone through in today's video. And literally the way I'm trading is waiting for the change. So I know it's been different. I hope that we've managed to offer some insights into that regards. So if you've enjoyed it, obviously we do appreciate a like on the video. So if we can try and get this to 2,000 likes, that would be absolutely brilliant. And, you know, we'll be more than happy to come back. For me today, I'm pretty tired. So we can do like another stream where I'm feeling refreshed, feeling a bit more hyped. And, you know, we can go through and get some, you know, start scalping and actually taking some, you know, low-term time frame viewpoints, which my viewpoint today has been. Just chill, go on stream, take some questions, just stay in my short until I need a reason not to be in the short. Yeah, it's just easy. But if you like the content, obviously we do appreciate the likes. Also, what I wanted to mention was the Discord link, because the amount of DMs that I get, I don't know how people can't find it really, but yeah, I get so many questions of where's the Discord invite.
It's in
I
the
don't know how to do
description
it.
box,
It's in the description, yeah. And obviously, I'm just going to post it here so everybody can see. Oh, that's not going to do it. Basically, just go to the description in this video. The description means like click on show more, and it's just below the video. And in there's the Discord invite link, and you can join the Discord. That's a question we get all the time as well. But yeah, I'll do one more question and we'll wrap it up.
Okay, let's see here. I'm just gonna pick one randomly. Okay, there's another one about market structure. What does Daniel use on a stream? That's Exo charts. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. I guess one person here, since there's a lot of people that are new that are trading. Nil Tony says, what was the best lesson you learned from your mistakes when you first started trading? Oh yeah, but I'm sorry. Before you answer, for a lot of the people that didn't get their question answered, again, still follow Daniel on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and every single time we do a stream and I'm on here, like whoever direct messages me first, you could direct message me at the very start of the stream. You will be first in the queue. So that's why it's important. Just, you know, follow both of us. And then as soon as the stream starts up, you can direct message me your questions. So if you didn't get it answered this time, ask the same question next time, but obviously be first in line by doing it the fastest. So yeah, what was the best lesson you learned from your mistakes as a beginner? And that's it.
So yeah, my best thing that I learned as a beginner was probably be, this is a really good question, I suppose. The best thing that I learned as a beginner would have been, oh my God, I really, that's a really, really, really good question to say the best thing that I learned. I think maybe I'll maybe start with this question on the next stream. I don't know of a really good answer to say the best thing that I learned as a beginner.
Well, for me, I mean, maybe I could put my 2 cents.
I guess you could take the question. Yeah.
For me, it is what we talked about earlier, which is I heard so many stories of people blowing up their accounts in the very beginning because they had no idea what they were doing. I've heard people saying when they first joined, they were trading with $500,000, $200,000. They didn't know how to calculate their stop loss. They didn't know how much they were risking. They didn't know anything about the money side of things, and they were just blindly doing these trades. And so I heard that so many times that I was like, I am determined to make it so that way I am not one of those people. And because it's like I'm learning from the people that have gone before me. And so for me, it's, I bought only $100 worth of Bitcoin back in February of last year, and I haven't had to reload my account. That could be because I was going a little bit too slow or whatever the case may be. But, I'm proud to say that I haven't had to do that, nor do I plan on ever having to reload my account. And so that's what I would say the biggest lesson is. And I guess the second biggest lesson would be to just make sure you follow somebody that is continuously showing you proof of work. Like, Daniel has shown time and time again that what he does and his strategies that he uses in his TA is correct. And so, find somebody that has proof on YouTube or on Twitter or whatever it is, and follow them. Obviously, we hope that you follow us because, I mean, shit, we're the best. Literally, you find anybody out there on YouTube that's better than us, and please send them to me. I'd, take a look at the competition. But yeah, I would say that those are the two best lessons that I learned at the very beginning. I'm still a beginner, but at the very, very beginning of my trading journey. I don't know. if you have something to say based off of that, or if Yunus has something to add.
Yeah, no, I kind of, yeah, I guess I agree with what you say. To be fair.
Yep. Yunus, what did you say?
No, I agree.
Yep. Well, I mean, that does it for the questions then. And Dan, you can wrap it up however you'd like then.
Cool. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. That's Yunus and Neo. Thank you. And for everybody watching the stream, thank you very much. Obviously, we got the links in the description if you want any more links of the extra content. But yeah, for me, I'm going to sign it off here. Again, a little bit of a different stream than normal. It wasn't so fast paced. It was very much slow and chilled. I hope you've appreciated us joining you, giving you the time here and saying hello, taking some questions and keeping it real. So thank you everybody so much. I hope to see you in a live stream very soon. And without any more to say, thank you ever so much and enjoy trading the charts. We'll have to, I suppose, see if Bitcoin can get the bounce from that 1-to-1. We'll keep our eyes on it. Thank you ever so much and we'll catch you soon. Cheers everybody. Thank you and good.